What's going on, guys? Pat Jr. here at Pelham and Jr. And today we have a tutorial for you guys on a plugin that I've been personally using in my beat making. And the plugin is called Analog Pro. And Analog Pro is made by a company by the name of Initial Audio. Now, just a forewarning here, Initial Audio did not pay us or anything to advertise or share this knowledge about this plugin to you guys. We simply found the plugin, thought it was a pretty cool tool to use in your beat making, and decided to make a tutorial video on it. Initial Audio also made slow-mo, and Ryan did a tutorial video on that plugin, and you can find it on our YouTube channel as well. But Analog Pro, man, it's really dope. It's currently on sale at Plugin Boutique. It's 75% off, and it's on sale for $20. I believe it's on sale on Initial Audio's website as well for $20. So definitely go support them. But if you want to if you have a Plugin Boutique account, you know, and you want to rack up some of the credits to use on other plugins, you can head over there and get it too. So let's get into it. So essentially I made a beat, just a quick, little something light, just to test out Analog Pro. I'll let you hear the beat in full. Okay, you get the idea. Just a little quick loop. And to make this beat or quick loop, to trigger the samples, I used Serato sample. However, I used the latest Pelham and Jr. pack that we put out recently, Dreamy Soul. And Dreamy Soul is, of course, on sale at Pelham and Jr. exclusively on our website. It comes in 2 packages. You can either get the mini compositions along with the stems and the one shots, or you can add drums is the second option. It costs a little bit more, but it's definitely worth it. A lot of good content in there. People have been, letting us know that they love the new format of the packs that, we've been putting out, or just this one new format. We introduced the new format, excuse me. And so we're looking forward to put out more. But anyway, so I used Analog Pro on the sample portions here on this beat. And so let me bring up Analog Pro here. Of course, I use Serato sample to chop up the sample. Pretty dope plugin. Just a quick little chop, nothing crazy. So let me bring up Analog Pro here. And what I'll do is I will bypass Analog Pro just so you can hear the difference. Okay. So this is it off. Analog Pro on. So you get the idea. Pretty cool, right? All right, cool. So I'm going to turn this on, but I want to replicate this track here because I don't want to lose, because I might use this beat for myself later. And I don't want to lose what I did to it. Okay, cool. All right, so like I said, Analog Pro is like it's an analog emulator, tape saturator, or a tape emulator, a saturation plugin, and of course, what you hear now in, beat production, you hear it in Drake's production. You hear it in J. Cole's, Kendrick's production. You even hear it in a lot of the lo-fi beats that are on YouTube, the channels that they have on YouTube, and even a lot of the Spotify music streaming playlists. When you hear guys make that classic lo-fi beat sound that you can hear in Japanese anime sometimes. Um, so yeah, like this plugin is there's a few out there, but this one does it as well. What I like about Analog Pro is that it gives you a few options, some tweaking options here that are pretty straightforward. It has some pretty cool presets, and a couple of things that I have not seen in other plugins. So what I just did, just there, as you can see, it's telling me, when I highlight it, it says open advanced page for more detailed control. So once you hit that button, it pretty much closes this tape machine here, which you're seeing this picture of, and it gives you more options to control what you're doing. So let's see here. I have the second instance open. So yeah, so here we go. So I just want to run through these, fairly quickly here. Of course, you have your input and output knobs. When you turn the input up, it controls how much is going, how much of the sample or whatever the VST is going into the plugin, and then the output controls, of course, how much is going out. Then you have the emphasis, which adds extra emphasis. It's telling you here to the higher frequencies. And so here again, where you're dealing with that lo-fi sound, there's less emphasis on the high end. So the emphasis knob here can add more volume to the high end or lower the volume to the high end. So it's doing a little EQing here. Stereo knob, you could set it to 0, saying it right here. You can set it to 0 to make it mono. But it allows you to control how much of the signal you want to be stereo. The amount knob here is simply it's a dry wet knob. It allows you to take away the amount of the totality of the effect on the sample, that you boost the amount or decrease the amount. You have the low cut and the high cut knobs, which take low end off of the sample, or it takes high end off the sample, or add it. You can add it or take it away, and again, it just adds on to the effect of the lo-fi and the high, the lo-fi production that's out there. Sometimes you'll hear things that have a lot of high or a little bit more high end and less low end, or more low end and a little bit of high end off the top. And excuse me, I skipped the presets here. Usually what I do when I'm using a plugin, I can create my own presets, or I like to build off of the presets here. So we'll go through a few of these. I just want to go through the rest of these knobs here. You have the wow, and the easiest way, because you can highlight it and it'll tell you what it does. It says wow says set the frequency of the wow effect. Wow is the pitch variation caused by speed fluctuations of a tape machine or a turntable. So instead of for those of you that may not get that in layman's terms, wow adds a warbly effect, or it controls like the pitchiness. Sometimes when you hear the lo-fi production from any of your favorite artists, or just artists in general, you can hear the pitchiness of the sample is kind of like goes up and down a little bit. And then you have the flutter here, so wow is your warbly or pitchy effect, and flutter is the wobble effect. So it's almost like tremolo, But it just, it does what it says. It just makes it fluttery. Like it kind of like bounces up and down. And I'll let you hear that in a second here. And then you have the noise control here. It has different options. We'll go through them, and how much of that noise you want on the plugin. And of course, your dry wet knob for the impulse here. And the impulse is essentially, it just makes it sound, this impulse controls what it makes it sound like the sample's coming from. And it's got VHS, vinyl, radio, club, alien signal is pretty interesting. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go through some of these presets and just let you hear what Analog Pro can do. So let's see here. So I'm going to just play this piano here. This is the VHS effect. So I'm gonna start, let you hear this rainy street effect is actually pretty interesting. So if you can hear, you can kind of hear it in the background without anything playing. That's crazy. It's actually a rainy street. Cars passing in the background. That's wild. I'm going to use vinyl 4 if I can recall correctly. It's not too loud. It's a little subtle. And then of course I'm going to turn up my dry wet knob here. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. It's a pretty dope plugin. I can let you guys hear how I use it. I just wanted to mess with the knobs a little bit so you can hear what it can do. As I said before, I pulled the piano from Dreamy Soul. It's Melodic Loop 10 for those of you that have the sample pack. And as you can see, like I have my totality knob to like 75% because I wanted a lot of the effect, but not all of it, which I think is pretty cool, that you can adjust the individual knobs, but then you can go and say, okay, this is how much of the effect I want to add to it as a whole, everything. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. And I also did the same thing. And like I said, the chop isn't wild. I just, wanted to show you guys what it could do. And of course, I added it to the synth melody. I didn't add it to the bass. I got lazy, didn't want to make a bass line. So I just used the bass from the actual sample pack here. and I didn't do a whole lot to the bass. I added some distortion and EQ to it, and you know, a few other things to each instrument, and this is what I ended up getting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Analog Pro, it's a really dope plugin. If you heard what you like, go pick it up. Really, really dope plugin. And of course, if you haven't picked up Dreamy Soul yet, I would definitely say go pick that pack up. It's definitely, I would say, one of our best packs to date here. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. As I said before, check out Ryan Little's tutorial on slow-mo. It's another plugin made by Initial Audio. And please make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe to our channel first, then hit that notification bell, like the video. And if you have any suggestions for any tutorials that you would love for us to do next, let us know in the comments below. All right, guys, that's it. Peace.